Hey everybody, got another build here for you. This is the Fender 12 version 2.0. I'll put in links for the video for version 1 of this guitar. This is the neck off the first guitar I ever bought. A 1969 Fender Villager 12-string acoustic. And it's kind of interesting. It's actually a bolt-on neck, and it's more of an electric style neck than an acoustic style neck. So, kind of unusual there. I purchased the 12-string acoustic in 1988, so I've had this guitar, or what's left of it, for 34 years now. And it's cool. It's working again. Version 2 is done, and it's all set up and it's playing correctly and everything, and I tested it, and it was neat. It was like, hey, it was sort of like running into an old friend, because it's like, cool, I've got my guitar back. And that's one of the weird things, is that it still plays and pretty much sounds the same way it did when it was a 12-string acoustic with a single coil in the sound hole, which is how I originally bought it. I bought it as a 12-string acoustic, and I had the guy put a single coil in the sound hole for me. He took a single coil, he took a single coil sized humbucker plate and 2 popsicle sticks. He put the plate over the sound hole. Popsicle sticks went underneath the sound hole, and then he had the 4 mounting screws, clamped it all to the edges of the sound hole, and then the wire just came out the sound hole, and there was a jack just hanging off of the guitar. No hole in the side of the guitar for the jack or anything. And it worked fine, you know. So, and that was the first guitar I ever bought. For like every dollar I had, I think I spent $300 for it at that time. And but yeah, after 34 years, and it's now gone through, it's been converted from a hollow body to a solid body electric, and it's had a couple different pickups on it now. I've got a new pickup on it for this version, and it's still the same guitar. It's interesting, wild, and neat that it turned out to still have the same kind of sound and such to it. It was really the sound more than the feel. Obviously, the neck's going to feel the same, but yeah, the sound is still the same, too, by and large. Now, the reason why I went to version 2 on this is before it had a kind of a sho-sugi-ban yellow, sho-sugi-ban, however you say it, yellow finish on it, but the yellow wasn't really very bright, and so it was more of like amber than a really bright yellow that would stand out well against the black. So I decided to redo it in a natural, and then while I was at it, I went ahead and put all the Gibson type 12-string tailpiece stuff on it, and I also went to a hotter pickup. And let's see, so what do we got going on here? It's obvious, as you can see, it's a 12-string electric. It's got the stick body with the twin bars type design. It's a 25.5-inch scale length. It's a 9.5-inch fretboard radius, so it's old style in that respect. However, it's a D-profile neck, which is definitely thinner than your typical C-style that's got a 9.5-inch radius on it. So it's kind of unusual in that respect. And it's bolt-on for an acoustic guitar. So it's a very unusual neck. It's almost like it's an electric 12 neck that they put on an acoustic or something. But, alright, let's see. It's got 20 frets. The neck's made out of maple. The fretboard is rosewood. All the body bars and everything are all done in plywood. And then the new block for the tailpiece is done in red oak. And let's see, what else we got? This quad rail is one of the half dozen or so ultra hot ones I found on eBay. This is the one cream one, which kind of goes well with the natural. And this thing clocks in at somewhere between 17 and 18 kilo ohms, and is like somewhere over 8 henries in inductance. Yeah, I finally got an LCR meter so I can start really measuring these things. So yeah, this thing is pretty darn hot. And let's see what else we got on this thing. It's got the 12-string tune-matic knife edge bridge on it, and the matching 12-string tailstop, tune-matic type. Dual strap locks, and let's see, the modifications to the body, I added the block for the tailpiece unit, and because of the fact that it's now got this tailpiece, this is the original body. Here, this is the original body. You can see where the original string-through holes were for the old version, before it had this stop tail on it. You can also see where this bar used to attach here, but now that it's got this, it needed to move everything down further to the corner, the new corner of the guitar, so to speak. So the bar now attaches down here. And let's see what else we got. I raised the height of the depth pick guard by slapping another layer on it, but it could, as you can see, it could probably even use another layer. It's still awfully low compared to the pickup and the fretboard. So, and let's see what else we got. The body seems to have taken on its final curve, because this is this 1/2-inch reclaimed plywood stuff. And so, yeah, it seems to have taken on its final curve. This is under full tension, which is about 160 pounds overnight. And the action is hardly moved at all. So it might need just one more brass shim and everything be okay. In version 1, it had one brass shim in it, and it's now got a whole bunch of shim in it. It's actually got one wood shim and one plastic shim. The plastic shims are about 1 mil thick. The wood shims are like almost 1/4-inch plywood kind of a thing. And then the brass shims are about 1/3 of a mil thick, depending on which brass ones you use. And then if you want to get even thinner, you can get down to like Coke cans and get down to 1/10 of a mil for getting things shimmed up precisely. When you're doing, like, you know, break angles here, or nut height, or whatever you're shimming. You can also, you know, shim individual saddles on some bridges and things like that. So yeah, a bit of shim sometimes can be your friend to get things all correct. And it looks like that's about it for this build. Yeah, so until the next build, I guess I'll see everybody later. It did turn out pretty. It definitely looks better than the natural. And yeah, it's cool. I got my guitar back. It's like having an old friend again. Hooking up with an old friend again, yeah. But anyway, okay, so there's the Fender 12 version 2.0. Everybody, have a good one.